So today we are going to discuss about the birth and death process. So last time we have already discussed a number of stochastic process leading to the uh, discussing several processes that we can describe to model a system. So an example is the Bernoulli process. We have already discussed as well. Poisson process. However, those processes are actually processes that tend to tend to count the number of events. We have also looking at the number of for Bernoulli process, we have only realization of the event. So it's either one, two, or whether an event occurred or it does not occur. And then for the Poisson process, we have how many events occurring at a specific period in time. Now we will discuss now what we call the birth and death process, which is actually a stochastic process that is more suited if we are going to analyze queuing models. So let us now define what is a birth and death process. So a birth and death process is a continuous time Markov chain which models the size of a population. So remember the difference between a continuous time and a discrete time Markov chain. So in the birth and death process, it is actually like modeling the population. So if you can imagine, in the Philippines, every minute or every second there is as a Filipino that is born. No? It's not difficult to find that if you visit one of the hospitals here and you go to the labor room or what you call that place, yeah, this hospital, you will see actually either every second or every minute, you will find a person being born into this world. But also, you will also find that there is a person who will die, right? So that's why this is what we call the birth and death process. So the basically the Markov chain or the continuous time Markov chain will transition if there is a birth and also if there is a death. So all we need to figure out here is that what are the different parameters that we can actually model to describe this birth and death process. So by the way, there is this statement here that the population increases by 1, there is a birth, or decreases by 1, there is a death. So as you can see now from 0, so if there is a birth, your population becomes 1. If there is a birth again, then it becomes 2. And if there's a birth again, then it becomes 3. Now, if somebody will die, then it will go back to 2. Somebody will die again, it will go back to 1. And if somebody will be born, then it will go back to 2. So basically, you can have you can transition from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, or 3 to from 3 to 2, from 2 to 1, but you cannot make a transition at one step from 3 to 1. Of course, here we don't really talk about step because this is actually continuous time. So this is just the idea. So if you can imagine, if in a queuing system, I hope you have watched the lecture of queuing system, because this is actually just a prerequisite of the queue of the lecture of the queuing system. So if you can imagine in Manalija's canteen, the, can view that as a queuing system. We can say that there is a birth when someone arrives in the canteen, in the restaurant, in the Manalija. So someone enters the system, then that's a birth. And then if someone has finished paying, can imagine if someone has finished paying, then that would be a death. So of course, it's not really death, like sa Manalija will kill you, but it's just that you have exited the system and the number of customers currently in the system, if there is a death, has been reduced. Okay, and if there is an arrival, then that we call that a birth. It's not really an actual birth that Manalija give birth to you, but it's more of you are adding one person in the system. So that's how we model actually the birth and death process. So I hope that is clear. If you have some question, do not hesitate to raise your hands or do not hesitate to comment in the chat box. So as we have mentioned, we have already computed in several of our Markov chain. We are actually concerned with the steady state distribution of our Markov chain. So we need to somehow derive as well the steady state distribution of birth and death process. So let's try to compute the balance equations. So for state 0, you have the lambda 0, no? To make it a steady state. So it means that if you look at the system, it seems that the system, no? So if, for example, if you arrive at Manalija's canteen and you found there's no customer, right? So if there is no customer, doesn't mean that the Manalija canteen has just started at that point in time, because Manalija has been there for a long time. It just means that it's been running for a long time, and the steady state distribution now describes what is the probability of transition, okay, from no customer to one customer, and from one customer to 0 customer. It's the same as if there is one customer what's the probability that an arrival will happen or a birth will happen? So it should be the same as if there are no customer, because the number of customers in the system does not actually affect the probability that there will be an arrival. Okay, this is a very critical assumption, because sometimes there are some queuing systems which actually changes the probability depending on the number of people in the system. And that is actually what's actually happening in reality in Manalija's canteen. If you can observe, sa Manalija's canteen, of course, the arrival is affected by the number of people already in the system, because the population is finite. Tama? So, for example, kasi kaunti naman tayo sa UPMIN, kung meron ng, let us say, 100 person, let's assume that Manalija can accommodate. Of course, there's probability that someone will arrive, will be born again, born again na, wala nagkuhan, wala nag-religion, ay nalang ng born again, wala siya religion. Someone will arrive, it's definitely affected by the people already system. Compare that with the 0. Kung wala pang customer, of course there will be of course the probability will change, because there will be more chances that people will arrive kung wala pang tao. Kung marami ng tao, there will be less chance na people will arrive, no? But in the birth and death system, we assume here that there is the probability does not change, okay? So meaning we have an infinite population and we have also an infinite capacity. Okay, so we can do that by analyzing the state 0, which is lambda 0, pi 0, and mu 1 equals pi 1. And we can compute now the pi 1, which is the probability. So remember the probability, pi ang probability. Huwag yung kalimutan. The pi is the probability, and the lambda and the mu are the rates. Okay, so we compute now the pi, lambda 0, pi 0, and lambda mu 1 and pi 1. So for pi 1, we will have lambda 0 over pi 1 and lambda 0. And we will actually see that this is actually, will lead to a recursion. Okay? So for state 1, pi 1 plus mu 1, no, not pi, lambda 1 plus mu 1. No, if you can go to observe this, so you have lambda 1, okay, and then plus lambda 2, mu 1, and then the probability is just equal to lambda. So what is the, so pang previous equation, di ba? Kita ninyo. Lambda 0, pi 0, plus mu 2 times pi 2. And if you're going to manipulate that, you will get just a simple manipulation. You will get pi 2 equals lambda 1 plus mu 1 times pi 1 minus lambda 2. And so forth. So you will get now lambda pi 2 is equal to lambda 1, lambda 0 times pi 0 over mu 2 times mu 1. And continuing, you will have actually this equation. Okay, so lambda pi I is just equal to lambda 1 minus 1 that to lambda 0 over mu 1 mu I, no, so will follow, but it will not go to lambda mu 0. It will just end in lambda in mu 1. So that is now the steady state probability. Okay, so what is now the ratio of transition rates between adjacent states? Okay, so if we are going to compute rho I sub 1 up to rho sub 1 times rho 0 times pi 0, and we have rho I equals lambda I over mu I plus 1, then this is now the ratio of transition between adjacent states. Okay. And then solving so that we get the actual numbers. So we know that this is a probability. Itong mga pi are probabilities. So in theory, they should sum to 1. Okay. So that one will actually lead you to pi 0 plus the summation of all the pi, then it should be equal to 1. So therefore, if you're going to manipulate, diba, you will have actually factor out natin itong pi 0 here. So you will have 1 plus, so nawala na dito yung pi 0. And then you will have 1 over pi 0 is equal to 1 plus pi, the summation. Okay? So once pi is evaluated by computing the reciprocal of this infinite sum, pi I is easily computed for each while I, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is now the recursion. Okay? So let's have some example, no, to make that more concrete, because discussion is a bit abstract. So let's do some examples to really see the birth and death process in action. So let's have an example. So an airline reservation system has 2 computers, one online and one standby. Okay. So the operating computer fails after an exponentially distribution duration, having mean T, F, and is then replaced by the standby computer. So there is one repair facility, and repair times are exponentially distributed with mean TR. What fraction of time will the system fail? That is both computers having failed. So what does it mean? So we have an airline reservation. Meron lang siyang dalawang computers working. So one is being used and one is being actually put on standby. So whenever the online computer fails, you can replace it with a standby, while the online computer is or the previous computer is being repaired. Okay? So, question, what is the probability that the system will fail? So that means that you have online computer broke down, and then also the standby computer broke down. But you have to have this information, use that information. So computer fails after an exponentially distributed duration, having mean TF. So that's the distribution of the computer. Okay, from normal exponentially distributed. Okay, and the repair time, the time it will take to repair, is also exponentially distributed, but with a different mean. So we don't have yet a information how long will the computer, so whether TF is greater than TR or TR is less than TF. Okay, because possible scenario is that the online computer broke down and it's being repaired, but during the time it's being repaired, the standby computer, or the one that replaced the online, during its use also broke down. Okay, so that's the time actually both computers have been failed. So they all go to the repair. Okay, but it's also possible na habang ginagamit yung standby, tapos na ang repair, so the online also becomes na standby. So yung standby dati, online na siya. Yung online na katatapos lang ng repair is siya, standby siya. Okay? So let's look at this. So let xt, number of computers in operating condition at time t. So there are only two states here because hindi pala two states, no? So number of computers in operating condition. So meaning that you can use them. Okay? So there are three states. So first state is that both are operating condition. So both are working. So working si online, working din si standby. Okay? Possible din na there is only one working. So meaning yung online ang working, walang standby, because siguro yung not siguro, but that's the situation. While you are using the online, walang standby because it's being repaired. Okay, so meron ka lang isa. Or meron din na both are zero. Okay, so since the operating condition is what is actually exponential, then the rate, di ba? The transition, okay, the rate of transition is actually just the reciprocal. Okay, natutunan naman natin yan siya based on our previous discussion dito sa microchip. Same thing, the rate of transition is 1/TF. So, paano yan siya? So, you remember that the failure rate or the failure is exponentially distributed with mean TF. So, therefore, ang kanyang rate is 1/TF. Okay? So, from 1, kung mag-fail, then 1/TF. Kung 2, siyempre, yung isa naman, di naman natin ginagamit. So, hindi talaga yun mag-fail. So, you will only transition from 2 to 1. Tama? Because you have the standby that you can use for your online computer. So 1/TF. Now the TR is actually the repair. Okay? So kung 0 yung, so kung wala kang computer ngayon na nag-work, kung matapos na repair yung isang computer, then yung rate na niya is 1 over TR. Okay? Because the TR is the mean of the exponential distribution of the repair times. Same din dito sa 1, 2. So, bakit kaya hindi pwede mag-transition, no, from 0 to 2? Hindi ba pwede na ma-repair, sabay na ma-repair ang computer? No, because there is this statement, no? There is only one repair facility. And we assume that it can only repair one computer at a time. Okay? So that's why hindi siya pwede mag-transition agad-agad from 0 to 2. Okay? So isa-isa lang, isa-isa. Okay, 1. Then once it's being repaired, then pwede na tayo mag-repair ng second. So while operating yung isa, natapos tayo ng repair ng second. Kaya siya mag-2. Okay? So what is now the birth rate in state 2? So we cannot anymore have a new birth because dalawa lang mang computer. Hindi na tayo pwede mag-create ng new computer. Siguro pwede bumili but it's not in that problem. Okay, so the birth rate in state 2 is now 0. Okay? So using the formula that we have, so 1, so first we need to compute the pi 0. Okay? Because that's the start. So ano ba yung pi 0? We need to compute first the 1 over pi, which is just 1 plus summation of, so given naman yan sila, di ba, kanina. Given naman itong mga lambda tsaka mu. So we can just easily plug it in our equation. Right? So therefore, we have 1 over pi. So pi 0, that's the system, diba? That's the probability that both computers are failed or have broken down, because that's a probability that there is no computer sa system na or walang computer na nag-work. Okay? Then what's the probability now that there is one computer working? Diba? So we'll just use the recursive formula. Okay? But we'll have some observations muna. So suppose that TF over TR equals 10. So ano ibig sabihin? So remember ano nga yung TF? Talent fee? No, it's not talent fee. It's actually the computer fail. And R is repair. Okay? So what if the mean of the failure divided by the mean of the repair is equal to 10? So the average repair time is 10% of the average time between failures. So therefore, we will have 1 over pi 0 equals 1 on 1, and pi 0, get the reciprocal, you have 0.0909. So therefore, both computers will be simultaneously out of service 0.9% of the time. Okay? So, what's the probability that pi, or what's the probability that one computer is working? So we just use the recursion formula. Okay? Application lang actually yan ang formula. So when you solve birth and death process, computing the steady state probabilities, you have to first find the transition, the birth rate. It's very important. And the death rate. Because once you have the birth and the death rate, you can basically compute the pi's or the probabilities, okay, of the state of the system. If you have that, then it's just easy peasy to solve the PIEs. Okay? So how about if we have a multiple failure mode? So ano ibig sabihin? So a production system consists of two machines, both of which may operate simultaneously, but there is only a single repair facility. Okay. So ito is kaiba because yung kanina, you have two computers, but only one is working at a time. No, one is working. It means na isa lang yung ginagamit. No? Only one is being used na lang. Ano lang working because both can be working, but di lang ginagamit. So one is being used. Okay? So if one is being used, di ba? The other is idle, kumbaga. Now, in this case, both are working. Both are working. They can be both can be used simultaneously or both can be operated simultaneously. However, there is a single repair facility. Okay? The machines which each fail randomly, with time between failures having exponential and mean TR. So let's analyze this problem. Okay, so when you solve, no, I think I remember I told you when you solve the system, always think about ano yung una i-consider natin. The random variable, tama? So the random variable here is the number of computers operating in condition at time t. So same here, di ba? We're also looking at the number of computers operating, no? Pero iba lang ang kanyang characteristic kasi both two can be used simultaneously. Okay? But, of course, each machine will have its own failure time. Independent sila. Okay? Dependent, but they are identically distributed. Failure time. Having exponential distribution and mean T hours. Okay? So repair times are always exponentially distributed, but the mean repair time depends upon whether the failure was regular or severe. So meron namang counting complication. Kasi repair time, no? Same pa rin, exponential. But it depends kung ang ating failure ay regular ba or severe. So merong mga failure na regular, severe. Para yung sa, let us say, your cellphone, no? Cellphone natin is nahulog. Sometimes, madali lang i-repair kasi ang sira lang naman is PC. No? Pero kung nahulog sa tubig, at hindi naman, ano yung phone, hindi naman siya, ano ibig sabihin, hindi naman siya waterproof. No? So, the water is able to enter the internal of the phone. So it might have affected some of the electronics, no, in the phone. So pwede natin sabing severe yun siya. So pag regular, simple lang, or in this case actually, it may take a shorter time to repair compared to the severe, okay, failure. And we can actually model as well, no? The fraction of regular failures is P, and the corresponding mean repair time is TR. So therefore, the fraction of severe failure is 1 minus P, and the mean repair time is TS. Okay? So, gets ba ang problem? No? May have a thumbs up sa mga natira dito. Ang mga loyal natin na mga subscribers, may have a thumbs up to see if naintindihan ba ang problem. Okay, good. Thank you sa ating mga loyal subscribers. So we have problem. So now we model. So let T equals 10 hours. So ano nga yung T? That's the Ano ngayon, T? That's the failure time. Okay? Mean ng ating exponential. So yung failure time is exponentially distributed with mean T. Okay? So let's say 10 hours. Then we have P equals 90. TR is 1 hour. And TS is 5 hours. So what is the average number of machines in operation? So pwede natin to, kasi mayroon siyang binigay ng mga numbers. So TR on the average, it will take 1 hour. Tama? To repair a regular failure. 5 hours to repair a severe. So it takes more time to repair. And 10 hours is actually just the mean, no? Pag sinabing mean, ibig sabihin, on the average, but it can also fail in an hour, in 2 hours, di ba? It's just the T is the 10 hours. And we know that 90% of the time, the failure is regular. Tama? So the question is, what is the average number of machines in operation? So that is now ano yung natin, ano yung equivalent dito sa Markov chain? Yung kanina, we're actually just computing the probability. We are computing the probability. So therefore, kung probability lang, simple lang, that's only pi 0, pi 1, pi 2. So it's just probability that the system is at state 0, or the state is the number of machines that are in operation. Okay? So, ito naman, number ito. It's not asking for probability. It's actually asking for the number of machines and operations. So, ano usually ang ginagawa natin kung meron tayong questions on average? So, we actually, the concept that readily comes to our mind is the concept of expectation. So, what's the probability that the system has 0 plus then multiply that probability by 0 plus what's the probability that the system has 1 working or operating machine times the times 1. Mga ganyan man siya. So that is actually the number of the average number of machines and operation. And we can actually compute that based on applying the idea of expectations. Okay? So we can have here now the Markov chain model. So ano yung mga states natin? So we can have both machines are operational. Pwede na regular repair is in progress. None is waiting. We have regular repair in progress and regular nasira yun. So but regular lang ang kanyang pagkasira. So it's waiting. Regular repair is in progress at severe yung kanyang waiting. So merong nag-wait na machine na severe. Severe, so ano naman natin? Severe yung sira. Walang waiting, so meaning operational yung isang machine. May severe na nire-repair and regular is waiting. May severe na in progress and severe yung waiting. So ito yung mga possible states. So you have to be creative actually when you try to model. But always think about ano ba yung state? Kasi yan ang pinaka-importante when you model a stochastic system. You have to first ask yourself, ano ba yung state, no, na i-consider? And what are the different states? Tama? So how would you define the different states? And then you can now compute, no, the variability. Okay? Okay, so ito yung mga possible states. Both operational. So how many? 2, 4, 7 states all in all. So the next step is actually to compute the probability. Okay? So ito medyo mukha lang siyang complicated, pero hindi naman because we are just modeling here the transitions. So kung both are working, so 0, 0, ano ang mga possible transitions? It will transition kung masira yung isa. Tak, sira ang isa. Pero dalawa ang possibility. Regular ang pagkasira or severe. So working pa rin yung isa. Tama? Then kung from R0, so working yung isa is regular, under repair, so meaning walang nag-wait. How about kung masira naman yung ginagamit while the other is being repaired? So it can transition to RR kung regular yung pagkasira nung ginagamit. Pwede din siya mag-transition to RS, meaning severe yung pagkasira niya. And pwede din mag-transition sa 0, 0. Meaning, ano meaning yan? Tapos na ang repair and the other is still working. So both are working. Okay? So you just need to imagine ano yung mga possible transitions. Okay? And then you can basically compute the rates. Okay? So 2 times P over T. Ito naman natapos tayo ng pag-repair. So bakit 2P over T? Bakit? Because the T here is the failure time. Tama? So kung ang mean ng failure time is T, therefore the rate of transition is actually 1 over T. Tama? So kaya siya over yan. Pero actually nag-start yan siya sa 1 over T. However, meron tayong information, no? That the machine will actually fail by regular failure or by severe failure. Tama? So therefore, we need to compute for proportion. Okay? So that's why it's 1 over T times 2P. Why? Because rate of regular failures is P over T. Rate of severe failures is T. And the 1 over TR is the regular repair rate, and 1 over TS is severe repair rate. Okay? So therefore, it would be P over T plus P over T. Bakit ito may 2? Bakit may 2? You can chat your answer. Bakit siya may 2? Bakit hindi lang siya P over T? Sige, try lang. Ano lang? Guess. You can chat your answer. Or you can just pick, no? If you want. Bakit may 2 dyan? Bakit hindi lang siya P over T? Isa lang naman ang nag-fail. So, na nag-answered, since duwa man ka machine, sir, tapos isa lang. Correct. Because, dalawang case, diba? Dalawa tayong case. So, it's either one machine, let us say, we number the machine. One machine, and then machine 1, and the other one is machine 2. So, kailan siya mag-transition na isa ang mag-fail? So, dalawang case. So, it's either machine 1 will fail, and that is P over T, or not N. Kasi kung N, both of them. So, hindi siya E plus, but I-multiply. So, since isa lang, so it's either the first machine will fail, or the second machine will fail. So, that's why it's P over T plus P over T. So that's 2P over T. Okay, very good. Palakpakan natin si Glendale ang nag-answer. Palakpakan nato siya. Very good, Glendale. Okay? So same thing here. If you have here S0, so kung severe naman siya, and go back from 0 to severe, same thing. Bakit may 2? Because possible, dalawang cases. It's either first machine will fail or the second machine will fail. So naging Q over T plus Q over T or 2Q over T. The only thing lang dapat na consider natin kung tama ba yung mga pinaglalagay natin na probability is that they should sum to 1. Okay? So magsum ba to 1 ang 2P plus 2P over T plus 2Q over T? Sum ba siya sa 1? Of course, it will just sum to 1. Okay, good. So, same pa rin no, sa pag-analyze, although itong iba kasi straightforward lang siya. Okay? So, P over T, T over yung repair, so straightforward. Ito lang medyo, baka hindi nyo mag-gets kasi nga, bakit naging 2 yan siya dyan. Okay, next. So, we go. Okay. So, we can now compute transitions. Okay, so if we have now the values, no, it's quite easy. Just actually compute the transitions, transition rate matrix. Okay. Okay. And the steady state steady state transition probability now is 0.7, 0.14, 0.05, no, 0.01, 0.00. So now to compute the average, so we just have to use the formula. So 2 times pi, 1 times pi, 1 times pi. So the average cost period steady state is 1.71, if that is the cost. So we have now, so in steady state system, the system will operate at approximately 85.8% of capacity. Okay? Okay. Okay? Clear na ba ang problem? Okay, let's go move to another example. So let's have the Peter principle. So anong tong Peter principle? So the Peter principle, so this is actually a problem, no? Meron tayong the draftsman position at a large engineering firm can be occupied by a worker at any of 3 levels. Pwede sa trainee, pwede junior, pwede din senior. Okay. Assume that the trainee stays at a rank for an exponentially distributed length of time with parameter A sub T before being promoted to junior draftsman. Okay. So, trainee to draftsman, meron siyang, magstay siya doon sa kanyang position, exponentially distributed length of time. So, pwede siya years, no? Kasi wala namang ma-promote every second or every minute. Pwede din month, di ba? With parameter A sub T. Okay? Before being promoted to junior draftsman. Okay. So ito yan, meron na siyang mga transitions. So a junior draftsman stays at that level for exponentially distributed length of time with parameter AJT plus AJS. Then he either leaves the position and is replaced by a trainee with probability AGT over AG. Okay. Or is promoted to a senior draftsman with probability AGS plus over AG. So ano ibig sabihin? Kung trainee ka, pwede ka ma-promote into junior. Okay? Now, Kung junior ka na, you have two options. You can leave the position. So bakit ka alis? Because nakakita ka siguro ng job na mas malaki ang sweldo. Di ba? Or pwede na nag-away kayo ng iyong boss. Pinaalis ka sa trabaho. Kawawa naman. Pwede din na basta, we don't know, basta he leaves the position. But it's a just possible reason. But if you stay, pwede ka ma-promote, no, to a senior draftsman. But once a junior draftsman leaves the position, palitan siya ng trainee. Okay? So ano yung trainee? Yun na yung hindi siya papalitan ng junior. Ba't papalitan siya ng trainee? Pero yung trainee, pwede siyang maging junior. Yung trainee, pwede siya maging junior draftsman. Okay? Now, kung draftsman ka na, senior draftsman ka na, you can remain in that position an exponentially distributed length of time before resigning or retiring kasi hindi ka na pwede ma-promote. Senior na eh. Diba? In which case, you are being replaced by a trainee. Okay? So, ano na ngayon yung ating states? Ano yung possible transitions? And we can now also compute the possible what? The probabilities. So, let's have this. So, from trainee to junior, 80. From junior to trainee, AJT. From junior to senior, AJS. And from senior to T, ES. It doesn't mean na ang senior maging trainee siya. It's just that the position, no, is being replaced by a trainee. Good? So that is the transition. So given naman yung ating mga mean time. So 0.5 years, 1 year, 5 years. Diba? And that a junior draftsman leaves and replaced by a trainee with probability for 40% and is promoted with probability 60%. So therefore, the steady state is from T to J, 2 per year. And from junior to trainee, 0.4 per year. From senior to trainee, 0.2 per year. From junior to senior, 0.6 per year. So the balance equation, gamitin lang natin yung formula. Diba? So we have now obtained 0.11, 0.22, and 0.67. So 11% of draftsmen are trainee, 22% are at junior rank, and 67% at senior. So the duration that people spend in any given rank is not exponentially distributed in general. So therefore, a bimodal distribution is often observed in which many people leave rather quickly while others persist for a substantial time. So dalawa, no? So the Peter Principle asserts that a worker is promoted until first reaching a position in which he or she is incompetent. When this happens, the worker stays in that job until retirement. So yun na yung tinatawag natin Peter Principle. So let's modify the above model by classifying 60% of the junior draftsmen as competent and 40% as incompetent. So represented by states C and I respectively. Suppose that incompetent draftsmen stay at that rank until quitting or retirement. An average of 1.75 years. And competent draftsmen are promoted after an average of 0.5 years. So that the average time spent in the rank is still 0.6 times 0.5 plus 0.4 times 1.75. So, ano ibig sabihin? So, ma-promote ka pag competent. Pag hindi ka naman competent for that particular position, hindi ka ma-promote. Tama? So, you have it there it's either dalawa na lang. You stay in that job or you quit. Hindi ka ma-promote. But kung competent ka, ma-promote ka. Tama? After an average of 0.5 years. So therefore, average time spent in the trunk is still 0.6 because that is actually competent. No? And competent are promoted. So 0.6 times 0.5 plus 0.4 times 1.75 or in the average 1 year. So ito na yung ating transition. So the steady state distribution we can compute by, of course, computing the balance equations. 0.11, 0.067, and 0.155, and lambda pi s is 0.667. So that is actually now the balance equation. Okay, so while only 40% of draftsmen promoted to junior rank are competent, we see that the rank of junior draftsman is 70% filled with competent persons. Okay? So, ang dami pala. We can actually compute, using this with probabilities.